Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. So I hope all of you are healthy, well, and blessed. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so you could be notified every time I post another great video. Okay you guys, so today I'm just gonna keep it all the way real because I feel like as a realtor or even an entrepreneur is so glamorized in society of like, oh, entrepreneurs just get to like travel, make their own schedule and make a whole lot of money, and they just live like this extravagant life, and it's just so peachy keen and just grand. But I don't think that enough entrepreneurs really share about the lows in business, about things falling through, contracts fall through, deals fall through, brand deals fall through. It's a whole lot of work and hours that have to be put in. I was just having this conversation with somebody about I'm running two businesses. I'm in school full-time for my master's. Thank goodness I'm almost done. I have a wife, a child. My sister lives with us, managing our household. We have no nanny, no housekeeper, no chef, because that's my job. And so I'm basically running 3 full-time businesses of being a wife, mom, and housekeeper, and all that good stuff. I am a notary public, loan signing agent, and then also a realtor. And so juggling all of 3 of those things is a whole lot. And so Olivia and I just had to have a conversation like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I had to finally like say I need help from you to step up and help me around the house. Not that she wasn't doing little things, but I need you to step up and a little bit more, because with my real estate business just taking off, I am busy. And so I need you to help me a little bit more around the house and with the baby. And so she has done that so well. Even like y'all, she does, like before I asked, she really like did not do dishes like at all unless I was like down and out sick. And she's been helping me with that at night so I can like be working or just get some rest, because there have been times where I've been like with my computer like this, and my sister or Olivia comes to get me and I'm like knocked out on my computer with my hands on the keyboard, like knocked out. And so it's been such a good thing to get help and to just have her. And even my sister has helped around the house with dishes or kind of cleaning up. So it's been a great help to have my tribe around me. Now when Olivia works, I have Nala, but I just kind of shut things off between like 4 and 7:30, so she goes to bed. So that is our time together, unless I have to handle a fire, which is like an emergency with work. And after that, then I'll get back with you or to my work. So I want to talk about how all money is not good money and all clients are not suited for you. So just like the saying goes, you know, everybody's not for you. You're not going to get along with everybody in the world. That is applicable to entrepreneurship, whatever kind of business that you run. There's just going to be clientele that you just don't gel well together, or a business relationship, like y'all can be cordial or whatever, but a business relationship is just not suited. So I'm going to make the situation a little bit more generalized, but still give you guys the facts of the case, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So this is the unglamorous part about real estate and entrepreneurship that they don't tell you. So I got a referral for clients to come to me and me be their realtor. So we signed a buyer's agency agreement. I had their buyer's consultation. That lender did not work for them, so I referred them to another lender. They got all that stuff together. They got their pre-qualification letter, which is different from a pre-approval. And then they were ready to look at homes, and they needed to be out by May 1st. And with their program that they are doing, so that they don't have a down payment or closing costs, it takes 45 days on an average to close if everything goes smoothly. So that would have put them at, oh y'all, the FedEx truck is here. Sorry, I got excited because I have stuff coming today for Nala's birthday. And so that put them at like April 15th if everything went according to plan. So their budget, I'm not even gonna give the budget, you guys, because that's a little bit too detailed. Let me just do the numbers really quick. So their budget was X amount. They needed, let's just say, no, I can give that. They wanted 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and not a whole lot of work. They didn't have the money to do a fixer-upper, and the areas in which they were looking for are not the best places in Birmingham. And even for those areas, their budget was not attainable for a 4-bedroom. So we found this property that they sent to me that they wanted to look at. So we go look at the property, and it is $60,000 under budget. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. The house was a foreclosure. The current sellers bought it, and they put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of work. So it's almost a brand new house. So there were still some things that needed to be done, and the sellers knew that, and they said that they were going to fix all of it and whatever we wanted. So the other agent was also in the same brokerage, and so we built a great rapport, and she shared some information with me, and so we worked it out to where everything that my clients were wanting to be fixed would be fixed. They were also getting brand new windows, which if anybody is in like construction or real estate, you know, windows cost thousands of dollars, and they weren't being like caulked and fixed. They were getting brand new windows. All appliances were coming with the home, like new flooring, new carpet was in. They had a new like barn door instead of like a door to the owner suite. It was like a barn door, which is a hot selling point right now in the market. Spacious bedrooms for their children. It had a fireplace in the owner suite. Like, if I could have bought it as an investment property, I would have, which is coming later this year. Olivia and I are going to get into investing. And it was like a gem. So they're like, hey, we want to see this property. We go and look. She sends her husband, and I'm like, okay, you're the one on the loan. I've had this situation happen before, and you're calling the shots, so I need you there. Well, I can because I work. My husband knows, you know, we down like 2 flat tires. He knows what we need, X, Y, and Z. You know, my husband's coming. He knows what we need. So if he says it's a go, I trust my husband as the head of our household to make that decision. I'm like, okay. We get there, and he's like, yeah, like, yes, like, this is what we need, like, da-da-da-da. We also called her on FaceTime. She's like, oh my gosh, yes, put it on an offer. We can ask for everything to be fixed, da-da-da-da, which is not normal, because right now in the seller's market, asking for repairs, they're not doing. Also asking for closing costs, not happening. And then a laundry list of things to fix, plus all new brand new appliances. It just has been unheard of in the last like 3 years. It's just not happening. So we got under contract. The sellers were like, yeah, we'll do whatever y'all want to do. We just want to, like, we're tired of paying the mortgage on it. Like, we will do whatever y'all want. We get under contract. Home inspection is scheduled. Every ball is rolling on the closing attorney side, my side, the lender side, the seller side. Everybody is in motion of getting this underway. So the next day, the wife's like, hey, I, you know, have some time today. Can you go and show me the house? I just don't want to have any anxiety because I haven't seen it. And I didn't really have time to show her, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I will make time and figure this out. I was on the opposite side of town. I went out of my way to show them the home. Get there, and she's like, owner suite just too small, and it's just, I just don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, what do we need to do to get out of it? And I'm like, well, you are legally under contract because the sellers have signed. So both parties have signed, which means this is a legally binding contract. And so you have, you know, it's at the seller's hand. So you can be sued for a specific performance, which means you will have to still go through with it, purchase the house and different things like that, or whatever they say in the lawsuit. You can have your earnest money held and it's non-refundable, or they can let you go and just say, see you later, you're done. Or they can have you pay a fee of X amount. It's up to them and their choice, but those are the ramifications or consequences of trying to get out of illegally binding contract. You have options, but it is up to the seller. So she's like, oh no, well, like, you know, we definitely don't want that to happen. So like, and I'm like, well, it's 1 o'clock at this point. I'm like, you need to please let me know by 3 o'clock because I have to figure this out and try and get you out of this like today before your home inspection. She's like, no, we can make it work. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with you being at the closing table. And these are my exact words to her. You been signing for something to own and you don't love it. Like, I am not comfortable with that. So please let me know and we can try and find you something else. I can't guarantee that in this market, everything you're getting in this home plus 4 bedrooms at your budget. And I'm just gonna be frank, the budget was less than $250. It was less than $230, let me say that. And I can't guarantee that. But if you're not happy, we need to get out of this contract. She's like, no, we're good. So everything's going good. It's the next day, which was yesterday, and she calls and she's like, hey, I want to get out the contract. It's just not sitting right in my spirit and I want to get out the contract. So can you explain to me again about like the consequences and what can happen? So I'm explaining them again to her, and she's like, well, you know what, like, I feel like you're threatening me. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I'm threatening you to do what? Because I'm explaining to you, as a good realtor should, what can happen to you if you try to get out of the contract, because it is a legally binding document in which you sign. Well, I feel like you're threatening to sue us. I can't sue you because my name is not on the contract. The agreement is between you and the seller. So like I explained to you the past 2 days, everything is between you and the sellers. I am not anywhere involved. If a lawsuit happens, money is involved, I am not in it because I am not the seller or the buyer. I am just your agent. So she's like, you know what, I'm done. She's screaming, and I'm not even gonna scream how she's screaming on this camera because it will hurt your ears. She's screaming, I'm done, and just hangs up in my face. So I know she hung up, but I'm, you know, being professional, and I'm like, hey, I think we got disconnected, and I just wanted to know if you wanted me to get the ball rolling on getting you out of this contract. No response. So I'm like furious at that point, but I'm like, calm down, you need to have a level head because you're the professional and she's not. So I go to get Nala from school, and then she finally texts back. I tell her the lender, and he's like, are you joking? Like, do you see the contract? You're getting $5,000 in closing costs plus a laundry list of repairs, all new appliances, literally a brand new house for this price. $60,000 under budget. Like, is she crazy? And I'm like, right. So he's like, let her calm down. I'll call her. You try and call her in like an hour or two. So he tries to call. She didn't answer. He left her voicemail. And so I did not try and call her. So she texted me and was like, get us out of the deal. And so let me pull up the text messages to read you guys the exact so I don't misinterpret anything. So then I say, okay, I said, just to confirm, you'd like for me to terminate the contract, correct? She said, yes. I said, I'll be contacting the listing agent and we'll be in contact tonight. She then says, you can still be my realtor, but that house is too small for my family. After you sent your husband, in which you said you trusted, and you also were on FaceTime, and you also said put in the offer, both of you. Okay. So I said, okay, I will be in contact tonight with an update from the seller's agent. I said, also, please cancel the home inspection for tomorrow. She said, okay. I said, I have emailed over the mutual release for signing for you to get out of the contract. After signing, I will call you between 7:30 and 8 o'clock for an update. She said, okay, thanks. I said, no problem. So I'm like, okay. That's sent at like 6 o'clock when Nala's eating dinner because I just want to be done with this. So I have a conversation with my mentor. So let me tell you guys, being frank, they weren't even giving me like a normal like 2.5% to 3% commission on this sale. It was literally a flat fee of $1,500. After my split and everything and saving for taxes, I was making like less than $800 on this transaction. Yeah, less than $800 on this transaction, and you're causing me this much stress and you're getting rude. What it was for me, it wasn't even the hanging up in my face. It was you saying I was threatening you. That for me was a line that was crossed that I could not come back from. And so my mentor was like, is this worth it? Like, this amount of stress and just the way that like you were disrespected, like, and I was like, it's not for me. Like, I still even now feel bad that the relationship is not there, because she has a lot of children and they need a home. But I will not be disrespected as a business owner when I am doing my darndest, when I did the things that you asked me to do. And so that's at 7:48 that I'm like, hey, I sent it. 11 o'clock comes, nothing. So I said, hey, are you able to sign this release first thing in the morning? You are still under contract until you do so. So at like 5 something this morning, she signs it. And so, you know, I had already had her email typed up. I prayed about it. I talked to Olivia about it. And I'm like, how you made me feel and how you disrespected me, I cannot come back from. And I am worth more than that. And I know that I did my job. So I said, good morning, I received it. I tried calling you yesterday, but I sent you an email terminating our buyer's agency agreement and explaining why. I wish you the best of luck with finding your dream home and future endeavors. And so if anybody is going through this, I just had 2 other agents in our brokerage that on our like page group chat that are going through this. And I thought that this could help another realtor out there, because when I was trying to look on YouTube, I couldn't find it. So this was the email that I sent her. I said, good morning, so-and-so. I tried giving you a call yesterday to have a discussion with you. There were several lines that were crossed yesterday by yourself, such as hanging up in my face and saying that you felt as if I was threatening you. You stated that you felt I was threatening you because I was letting you know that a seller can sue for a specific performance because you were wanting to back out of a legally binding contract. I said, as I said yesterday, I am on the side of my clients and will always have their best interests at heart. With that in mind, that means letting them know the ramifications that can happen if they request to get out of a legally binding contract. I thoroughly executed my job by showing you the house in which you asked to see, winning you the offer, getting you all new appliances, having no down payment and no closing costs to be paid out of your pocket, and a completely remodeled home, all significantly under budget. 60 grand under budget, you guys. All under you and your husband's direction, as I was asked. Therefore, with those lines being crossed as of today's date, our buyer's agency agreement to purchase in so-and-so is null and void. Best of luck with your purchase in so-and-so and future endeavors. And so I think that she thought that that was like part of the contract to get out of. So then she realized, like, oh shoot, like I think she's terminating, like, she's not gonna be my realtor. So then she texted me and was like, you know, so you're not our realtor anymore. And I said, I terminated our agency agreement. I terminated our agreement for me to be your agent per the email I sent you regarding the lines you crossed yesterday. Again, best of luck with your home buying journey. So I have had a few agents that I follow on Instagram that were on live and that discussed this, and it happens to all agents at some point in their career. And but I just don't think people talk about it, because one thing I've learned through this is don't count money you don't have. I heard my grandmother say that in my head, because I'm like, okay, you don't have that money, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z with it. Now I don't have it because the contract fell through. So don't count that money until you get to the closing table or you have a clear to close. Do not count that money as income, because it is not yours yet, because so many things can happen. Also, when you have a bad feeling about a client or they are demeaning you, then you need to reevaluate your situation to see, is it worth it? As my mentor said yesterday, even for thousands of dollars, is it worth it for you to be treated that way? No, it's not. Y'all work together as, and I've talked to other realtors when clients tell us, like, you work for me. No, we work together, because without us, you're not getting to the closing table. You're not getting into homes to view the properties. You don't have anybody fighting on your behalf and protecting your best interests. And so it is so disrespectful for clients to say you work for me, because that is not true. You guys work together as a team, and teamwork literally makes dream work in these situations. But I just wanted to tell you guys about the not glamorous part of real estate and entrepreneurship, because things are not always going to go as planned. Every transaction is not going to always go through, and every client is not going to be easy breezy, you know, just not, they're not always going to be a cakewalk. Sometimes you're going to have hard clients, things fall through, and it's just something you have to deal with. And it comes with business, it comes with learning. And I don't know, it was just crazy, you guys. So the last time I saw a snake, and it's like a big snake, we saw, my ex-boyfriend Olivia said, I still don't like think I saw him because I didn't recognize him, but whatever. My ex-boyfriend, like my most recent ex-boyfriend, was standing next to us at a restaurant, and I literally like had no clue it was him. And I saw a snake that day. And then on our street, a big snake. And then when this whole thing happened, the same thing happened. A big snake again on our street. And so you have to be very careful about your prayers and the things that you say and send up to God's ear, because that was the sign from God. And I know that for sure, because it always happens when he is trying to tell me something about somebody. But I'm very specific in my prayers, and I won't share that part of you to you guys, because that's really special between me and Pops. But that happened the first day she asked to back out. That is when I saw the snake, and I had a feeling, and I prayed about it, and this happened. But I felt so defeated yesterday. I was so hurt, yet pissed off. But I woke up, I prayed about it, and I feel so much better when I hit send to remove that type of energy from my life. You want to work with people that want to work with you, that are honest, that are genuine, and that don't waste your time. You know, that was gas that I wasted going out to the property twice in 2 days. That was stress that I took on, which I need to try to do better to manage and not let other people's emotions affect me. That was gas. That was my time. I had other things to do. And so for you to disrespect me like that, and then as I'm helping you say that I am threatening you, that is what just did it for me. And so you have to value yourself. You have to know your value, because if not, you are going to have buyers or clients, whatever industry you're in, your consumers are going to walk all over you because they know that they can. And so to avoid all that, you stand up for yourself, you be professional and ethical, and you do the right thing, but you do not allow people to treat you like crap. So that is my story time about terminating a buyer's agency agreement. And all money is not good money, and neither are clients. Be the energy that you want your clients to be, if that makes sense. You give out good energy, positive boss energy, and honest energy. If you feel like it is not, sorry you guys, it cut off. If you feel like it is not being reciprocated by your clients, or you get a bad feeling about them, or like even like for me, it was little stuff like even in her buyer's consultation, like you were talking about you and all of your children, you not once ever said you had a husband. And I'm not gonna assume, because I don't know, I can't judge a book by its cover. I don't know if you just have all these children but you're a single mom, or something, your spouse might have died, or you know what I mean. So unless you say something, I'm not gonna ask you. And so out of all of our conversations, you never said once you had a husband. So then for you to say on the call, well, my husband's coming to meet you by yourself, was alarming. So again, always also protect yourself and use apps like Forewarn. I learned that from Leanne Henry. She was talking about it on a It was either like a live or one of her videos, but I got that. You do have to pay for it, but it is an additional security measure. And it's an app that you can get, so you know, look into forewarn, but also let your loved ones know if you are where you're at. So one, I always send Olivia the address I'm at, and then that was a red flag for me, so I had her on the phone with me in my back pocket through my AirPod, and because I just wasn't comfortable. And so, and it's not that he's a male, but it's because never once did your wife mention you. Like if I'm talking about buying a home and like stuff like that, I'm gonna be like, oh, my wife and daughter, da 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 da. And then like literally we had quite a bit of conversations and your husband never came up, but all your kids did. It just doesn't make sense. So protect yourself, know your surroundings, be good energy. And if somebody is questioning your character and your morals, and you know that that is not you, do not let them get you out of character. Because when I tell y'all, yesterday I was 38 hot, 100 degrees hot, y'all. I was pissed. But when you are feeling that way, find you good people to talk about. You can cry it out, you can yell it out, you can go to sleep early, watch a movie, drink wine. As I'm getting older, I've heard the joke about like realtors are like alcoholics, which I don't think is funny. But I could see why you might pick up a glass of scotch or wine, because real estate, you guys, is not for the weak-hearted. It is cutthroat. It is literally it's tough, it's intense, and it is a lot of work. But that's being an entrepreneur, period. But I knew that I was in the right place, because it wasn't even about the money that I was gonna net from it. It was about like literally my heart hurt that you said that I was threatening you and I wasn't on your side, when like that's literally like all I was trying to do is protect you and let you know what can happen. And like with you getting out of this deal, that pushed her closing date to April 15th. And that's if everything goes well. God forbid that there's a delay or something like that. You have to be out May 1st. That gives you like 2-ish weeks or less to get out of your old place, in your new place, move, clean up your old place, turn in the keys. For a family of 7, that's not a lot of time. And so now you're pushing yourself even further back or past May 1st. And then your kids don't have the home, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's an unfortunate situation, but sometimes you just have to remove yourself and leave it on good terms, and don't be ugly about it. Like I said, wish you the best of luck in your home buying journey. You end it and be so professional, and you walk away. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this transaction. And I can't wait to see your responses, or write me on social media or whatever. I've been having a lot of you email me or contact me on Instagram, and I love the interaction there. So I can't wait to connect with you guys and hear what you have to say about this. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.